wheel off, I'm going to use a 21mm socket. Remove the wheel. These two caliper bolts out. I'm going to use a 14mm socket. Loosen this one up. Loosen this one up. And take those out. Take that one out. Take this one out. Now I'll just take a screwdriver, straight blade screwdriver, just pry the caliper out a little bit. It's just gonna compress the piston, and then slide the caliper off. I can use a hanger and just hang it from the coil spring. Make sure there's no tension on the brake hose. Take the brake pads off. You can use a straight blade screwdriver, slide them out. Use a 19mm socket. Take these two caliper bracket bolts out. Take those bolts out. Slide the bracket right off. All right, grab the rotor, slide it off. If it didn't come off that easy, you can just use a hammer and hit right in those areas and it should pop right off. And I'm going to take the cotter pin out, just use some side cutters. And just twist this down. Slide it out. It's always good to replace the cotter pin. And just take this cage off of there. Now I'm going to use a 32mm socket. Take this nut off. And there's a washer right there. Take that off. I'm going to remove the ABS sensor. Just use a 10mm socket. Pull the bolt off. And try to grab the sensor. Might have to wiggle a little bit to get it out. Alright, pull that out. And it looks good. I didn't break it. Just set that aside. Now I want to use a little rust penetrant on these bolts right here before I take those out. Just on the back side. And just make sure the shaft is loose. If you have to, take a punch and hit it with a punch. Try not to hit just the end of this, otherwise you might mar the end and it will cause the nut to not go back on. And I'm going to use a 17mm socket extension and take these bolts out on the back side. Just be careful near the CV shaft. You don't want to cut the boot. Those out. All right, now we're just going to take a hammer, just tap it from the back side. Try not to hit the shield. And slide it right out. Just take a wire brush if there's any rust. Try to get some of the rust off of here. On the inside right there. Going to use a little anti-seize so it doesn't stick in there. Just put a nice thin coat. You can put some on the axle as well. Now we're going to take this backing shield, line this up, take the new hub, get that lined up. Take the bolts, get those started on the back side. tighten these up. And torque these bolts to 65 foot-pounds. Put the washer on, put the nut on. I'll just use a pry bar to keep the hub from spinning. And I'm going to torque that nut to 96 foot-pounds. And put this cage over here. Take a new cotter pin, slide it through, use some straight cutters, and just bend the tab. You can bend the other tab as well. And take the ABS sensor, line it back up in the hole, put the bolt in, and snug the bolt up. Over. And take the brake caliper bracket, slide it in position, put the bolts back in. Now torque these bolts to 122 foot-pounds. Now we're going to take the new brake pads. On the outside, you're going to have the brake pad low warning indicator on the top, and that's going to slide in this little tab right here, just like that. Slide that on, and on the inside one, it's still going to be on the top, and just slide it in that tab right there. It's a little bit tricky. There we go. Now we're going to compress this brake caliper piston. I'm going to use a brake caliper compressing tool. Just slide it in here. If I can get the tool to work. There we go. And just compress it slowly. As you compress it, it's going to push the fluid through the lines, back up into the master cylinder. All right, the piston's all compressed. Take the hanger off the caliper. Just slide it over the brake pads. Just like that. Take the bolts, get the bolts started. Now I'm going to torque these bolts to 20 foot-pounds. Put the wheel back on. And the lug nuts. Now I'm going to torque these lug nuts to 83 foot-pounds in a star pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Just go around again, double check.